Okay, so just to clarify on the topic, when we talk about sustainability for a brand, we're not talking about sustainability as a CSR topic, but rather with the millennial demographics. How do you create a brand that lives for hundreds of years? So how do you create these great brands, and how is digital and social media affecting that? So I think we will take a round and just do a bit of thoughts around the topic, how we see the millennial demographics, how they are different from other generations, and also how social and digital affect this.
Hi, very good afternoon. Just a short introduction about myself. I'm CK from e-commerce Milo, and also I'm the founder of SML, a marketing agency. And just to kickstart, actually my team, 80% of them are below 30s, and yes, they don't read newspaper. And they will ask me why I need to read newspaper, whereas I can get it from e-paper, I can read it from Facebook, and so and so. So definitely the trend has changed, and mobile, I think everyone understands mobile is the key, but I would like to highlight more on the media. Like, you know, as a marketer, as a brand owner, we should really know where the users are spending their time on, and it will be very different from country to country. Right? Let's say in Hong Kong, maybe in Hong Kong, Facebook is still not big, it's not that popular compared to this region. And in Hong Kong, maybe you need to do more on celebrity endorsement. And if you go to Thailand, maybe you see people using Line more than Facebook a little bit, right? Whereas in Malaysia, Facebook definitely is the key. And of course, the media trend has changed as well. Not really the media trend has changed, but the consumer behavior has changed. And local users, they get engaged to Instagram, and the users are growing by this. So I guess, again, as a brand owner, as a marketer, we really need to know where the users are spending their time on, right? And which media they're spending on time. And after you get the users in, after you get the visitors into the website, then only we talk about technology, you know, remarketing, automation, and so and so. Yeah, I think that's my thoughts about digital and social media here.
Good morning, this is Venkatesh. I'm the CEO of Adata. It's a mobile ad network based out of South India, and I'm based out of Chennai. So I'm also a co-founder of Maxter, which is a leading digital store which has totally changed how you can read magazines online. So you can actually see the way things are moving from print to digital. So I'm going to share some views on how the mobile has changed the way brands reach out to the consumers. So I'm going to talk about how mobile has changed life, and how we as an agency, we help. What we do is like we help brands to actually acquire users. So through advertising, through different type of advertising, not just the traditional media, but we are using methods like banner ads on mobile apps as well as on mobile websites. So to get more users, the relevant users. So our basically I'm going to share some views on that front, and I think from what we see is like, from what I see is like totally things have changed, because earlier it used to be like more on people are looking at more of SEO and social media, but now it's all on the mobile front, because now websites, according to me, are becoming less popular, and it's more of mobile apps because everything is more moving mobile. So I think in a few years' time, I think the web will be almost obsolete. That's what I think, but I'm sure most of you won't agree. But that's my prediction. So yeah, so I'll just share my views on this topic.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Aspasis. I'm fondly known as Ed. I'm the Chief Engagement Officer and founder of a digital marketing agency called Social Media Leader. Before I begin on discussing the topic, can I do something a bit more fun? with my phone, can I take a selfie with you guys, as panelists, breaking the ice? What millennial minds are doing a lot on mobile phones. Can I do that?
But Alan Lee, during last award, Oscar.
So that is the trend. If you open your phone today, the millennials, they do that. In fact, even President Obama and David Cameron did it during Nelson Mandela's ceremony, and it got a lot of attention as well. So to understand the millennial minds, there's no difference between the generation gap, to be honest. Because I come from Generation X, and I employ a lot of Gen Ys in my own company. And the key word here for me is actually engagement, because we are dealing with people at the end of the day. And how do we engage with the millennial minds to bring back for the brand? How do we engage with the millennials? Today, the millennials they crave what we call things that everyone craves actually. The four things. One is significance. They want themselves to matter. They want to be loved. They also want to be accepted, as a person. And the most important thing is actually, and what the two other panels have discussed, is actually building connections. And if brands are not doing that, on the digital sphere, especially in targeting the millennials, then you are losing sight, and you are not connecting and engaging with the brands. And in my organization, for example, my staff or my employees, they come from a generation that likes to job hop. And I'm sure if you are as an employer, the millennials are job hoppers. Right? I can attest to that. And how do you create significance with them? How do you make sure that you want to create a brand loyalty, you want them to stay with the organization, you want them to contribute? How do you make sure that they don't actually job hop to another organization? What are they craving for? One of the things that we see with a lot of the millennials today is actually they want a career that have significance, matter to them, not necessarily just the money thing. And the other thing that that I actually noticed in my own organization is they want portability, because in today's digital world, career, you can have so many types of career, but you can actually work at one of any internet cafe, Starbucks, for example. And this generation, these millennials, they like to have this portability and flexibility. And for today's brand, this is what for you to sustain, for us to sustain in this with the millennials. This is something that we need to look into. So that's just my thought.
Hi, good morning. My name is Herman Sanchez. I work in Kanta, which is the data investment company of the WPP Group. I'm based in Singapore. I'm Argentinian. If you don't remember very well, with Argentina, it's the land of Messi. Nowadays, a pretty relevant place in the world. So, regarding the topic of brand sustainability, in my previous job, we ran a very large study on relationship between brands and consumers. We were running a study of around 200,000 people around the world. For the majority of the people responding to this study, they wouldn't care if 70% of the brands that we were analyzing would disappear. So for them, 70% of the brands would go out and nothing will happen in their lives. So creating a brand which is sustainable is really an important matter, and it's really a real challenge. The younger the people who were responding were, the more disconnected from brands they were. So social and digital, I think, is a big topic, because it brings three things to marketing that never existed before. First, it attacks attention. The average span of attention nowadays for people to do a task is 8 seconds. You cannot concentrate more than 8 seconds on whatever you do. And a goldfish managed to concentrate 9 seconds. So this is where we're competing in that space. The second thing is about transparency. Nowadays we know everything about a brand, and brands that make promises to commit and to deliver. The past wasn't the case. And the last thing is complexity. This idea of having a pay, own, and earn communications ecosystem is really new and difficult to approach. So I would like to talk a little bit about these topics and how we can find new solutions that make brands relevant again, and how this will impact market.
Good afternoon. I'm Madhav Mandala from Sri Lanka. I represent a television and a radio channel. Actually, our core business is entertainment and news. So we produce content for entertainment. So I'd like to start this with sharing an interesting story. A few years back, when we started our digital arm, there was a big protest from my production team saying that don't upload content another one time, saying that it might go down your ratings. Because people might used to the web and there not much television. So after a lot of argument, we managed to put the content on web on time. That means once it goes there, so we put the content on web. So today, for a month, 10% of our population reaching us all over us. So what I want to do, point out, we can't stop consumer trends, changing patterns. Consumption patterns have been changed. But your core business, as far as we are concerned, our core business hasn't changed. So core business is entertainment, but we have delivered multiple platforms. And also, what I've seen, you can't segregate people saying that these people watch only on web and these people are on television like that. So they use multiple platforms depending on their availability. Mostly they might, some people, I mean, younger generation, mostly they might watch on mobile or web. But you can't say they are using only mobile and only web. So it's a multiple screen. You can continue later on.